myself. Yep, that is me, a doctor who was 70 pounds overweight. I exercised as often as I could. I ate what I thought was a healthy diet. Yet, I still felt like crap. Today I weigh a perfectly healthy 165 pounds. What turned it around for me? Well, there's a good chance it's the same thing that is holding you back from having the look you want. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate when people tell me that there are things I can't eat. That said, the 4 fake health foods I'm going to reveal to you now are things that you must know about. And I estimate 95% of people have not heard of these before. Here's the good news. Along with the foods I'm going to suggest you avoid, I'm going to tell you about 3 sweet treats that you can have, and that you may have heard were bad for you. These are treats my wife and I enjoy every day that I think you will like. Oh, and by the way, throughout this report, you're going to see little numbers like these. Those numbers are references to the clinical studies performed by my colleagues and I, along with researchers at major universities, which are the sources of the information you are about to hear. So you know everything you hear today is based on real science and has been proven out in clinical trials. That brings me to fake health food number 1, tomatoes. Now I know what you may be thinking, but Dr. Gundry, tomatoes? Really? Tomatoes are good for you, right? Well, not quite. You see, tomatoes contain a high amount of what are called lectins. Lectins are plant proteins that are incredibly bad for humans. Where do they come from? Well, what a lot of people don't realize is that not all plants like to be eaten. And since they can't get up and run away, they have had to come up with other ways to defend themselves. Lectins are plant proteins that wreak havoc on the stomachs of the animals and bugs. What happens when a cricket eats a plant that contains strong lectins? Instant death. For humans, it's not quite as bad, but it's not good either. Lectins can actually penetrate the wall of your stomach, causing what is called leaky gut. Leaky gut can lead to indigestion, skin problems, joint aches. It's really bad news. We doctors and scientists are now just discovering how bad lectins really are for the human body. I was among the first to conduct a human clinical trial to prove my findings, which I presented at the American Heart Association's 2013. Conference. We took 200 adults, 120 men and 80 women, ages 51 to 86, each of whom had vascular risk factors for heart disease, and asked them to replace high lectin foods like tomatoes with leafy greens, fish, olive oil, and animal protein. Here is what we discovered. and you can quote me on this, as many others have. Simple removal of healthy, lectin-containing foods and taking a few inexpensive supplements may restore endothelial function to normal, which in turn can reverse high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. Tomatoes contain an extremely high amount of lectins, as do eggplants, potatoes, and peppers, which are all members of the nightshade family.